Good morning. It's day 2. We just got our 8 a.m. briefing for our first event. It's gonna suck. So we have to take our device apart and leave it on a boat, and I'll show you the boat in a second. I can't really say what we're gonna do because YouTube will demonetize and I won't film that. I got my son with me. He's gonna film after we put our thing back together. But I won't say what it is because I don't want to get demonetized. And we have to run. It's 1,800 meters. Now, you might ask, this is America, why are we saying meters? I don't know either. But it's about 1.1 miles. They took out the sled pull, and we have to climb a wall and then run back. Put our thing back together, and then 10 rounds prone, 10 rounds kneeling, 10 rounds sitting. Our time cap is 22 minutes. This is gonna suck. Let's go. This is the boat I was mentioning. So it's got 4 chains. So it's moves. As you shoot, your recoil will move it. And we've got to go. This is a 100-yard bay, so it's a 100-yard shot. It's gonna be tough. And this is after running a mile. In your kit. Good luck, everybody.
Athletes ready. 3, 2, 1, go! See you in 8 minutes. Whereabouts? Athletes ready. Oh, you're not going this side. That's right. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Because he's not trying to podium.
Stop biting at. Hey, you gotta wait. Go, Dad.
Clear.
Take some deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Audible click.
Till it's not wobbling. Yeah, Dad.
Clear.
Good job.
One and only taco truck, smash burger
So good.
for the boy. Filming fee. All right, that didn't suck as much as I thought it was going to. The running I was used to because that's what I was practicing. I was not used to running in boots though, but really no big difference. These boots are pretty comfortable, and I'm going to do a pretty solid review on them because I think I've tested them pretty well. We had to scale a 8-foot wall, 7 or 8 foot wall. I think it was 8 foot, and it had 3 steps on each side. And I used the steps going up, got my leg over, and then braced on one step, and then jumped down. Really wasn't bad. I didn't really struggle with that. Ran back. We had to put our thing back together, and then we had to shoot 10 rounds at 100 yards after running a mile and climbing a wall, prone, and then kneeling, and then sitting. Prone was easy because you were bracing yourself. Kneeling was probably the most difficult position to shoot because the boats were 360, so your recoil, any movement, your whole platform was moving. And then the sitting was better. I watched a guy ahead of me, and he like turned his body almost 90 degrees and then shifted his torso down towards the target, and he braced his, he was left-handed also, so he braced his right elbow on his knee and made a stable platform. But I finished first out of the 4 guys, and the guy to my left who ran faster than I did missed all of his shots. And I looked at my score sheet, and I think I hit half, which I'm happy with. I'm happy. At 100 yards after running a mile, I'm freaking ecstatic. So I got 2 hours before the next one. That one's going to be a doozy also. We're going to hate ourselves and question all of life's goodness. And yeah, we're going to do it. So we'll pick it up at the next heat.
Here we go. Judges ready? Athletes ready? In 3, 2, 1, go!
Heads up.
One. Down, up. Turn to overhead. Good. 2, ground to overhead.
Not gonna lie.
Good.
Because I
Three, ground to overhead. One more. Good. One more. Beautiful.
Did that work? Did that help?
That's the sad part.
Got it, Dad.
I'm at 48.
Good job.
Well, we're done. I'm done. All 5 events, I finished. That was one of my goals, was to finish, and the other goal was not to come in last place, and I did both. I started the day in 21st out of 30. Whether if I gain some places today would be great. If not, so be it. But I finished first in each of the 2 heats, but my misses will add time on. That's the penalty for missing. But we're gonna stick around for the award ceremony, see what's what. We'll take it home. We'll do a little recap. back at the house, recap time. So I finished. I did all 5 events, no injuries, no anything negative. I finished, I didn't come in last, and I didn't hurt myself. I completed every goal that I wanted to. I got in shape, and I had such an amazing time. I don't want to talk too much about that first heat because I kind of went over it pretty good in between, and it was good. The running wasn't bad at all. It was the shooting that was the most difficult part, and it was especially difficult from the kneeling position. You really didn't have anywhere to brace yourself, and that's where, I mean, I had 14 misses, and that 6th, I went 5 misses, 6 misses, 5 misses, because I really didn't have anywhere to brace my arms in the kneeling position, especially my left arm. But and I'll talk about this at the end, but the misses are, and I'm not talking about my wife, I'm talking about missing the target. They add up, and that's one of the reasons that I finished where I did, because my times were good. Like, I finished these heats either first or second, or I think the first one on the first day I finished 3rd. But so the second heat, we had to lift that sandbag. It was a 75-pound sandbag. We had to do ground to overhead, so it had to touch the ground. You had to lift it up, go over, and then move up to the cone, next cone, then 2 reps, and then move up to the next cone, 3 reps, 4 reps, and 5 reps. About a year ago, I noticed that I was having a lot of pain in my left shoulder. When I would go to wash my back, I would feel pain all the way down my arm. I talked to an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in shoulders, and he said, he did a quick exam for me at the hospital, and he said rotator cuff tendonitis. So I spent a lot of time strengthening my shoulder. But when I got to 4 and 5, I did feel just some of the normal pain that I felt previously in there. But it wasn't bad enough to quit. It was probably just my mechanics. And then shooting, so your arms are like freaking logs. They're so heavy, and you're tired, and you're breathing. And the rifle was 15 rounds, a reload, and 15 rounds. Okay. Now the judges were kind of standing behind the targets, and I think I hit about half with the rifle. And then you had to transition to your handgun. It was 2-handed. I had a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I did okay. Then you had to holster it with your slide lock back, and then apply your tourniquet to your support hand. And you got a penalty if you had to readjust it or anything like that. You got a penalty if you used your hand. So if your slide went forward, you had to re-rack it or get it back in a slide lock. You had to tell the judge that you're using your hand to slide it back, and that would have been a 10-second penalty. You saw me kind of reach around, and my judge was great. And he said, no, you can't use that arms. And so then I reached around, picked up a mag, loaded it, slide release, and then you had to shoot one hand because your support hand was out of business. It was out of play. When those 10 rounds were done, the slide was locked back. You had to drop the mag, holster it so that it didn't slide forward again, pick up another mag, load it, 10 shots, and then holster it, pick up your mags, and then drag that sandbag all the way to the back. I finished that one first, but I had a lot of misses. So the first place, the guy who won, I was looking at the stats. So his time was 1999, whatever, that's probably seconds. My time was 22:26, so I was maybe 2 minutes overall behind the first place guy. But misses, penalties, so he had 520 seconds of penalty seconds. I think that's penalty seconds. I had 1,080, and my penalty was consistent with where I finished. So the question is, like, do you spend more time staying on target versus going faster, because if you waste time, if you take 10 seconds to take your shot and you miss, that's 20 seconds. If you take 10 seconds to shoot and hit every time, you're saving 10 seconds in penalty. If you take 5, so it's like, where do you, like, how do you do that? Like 10 seconds should be the max to acquire your target and then shoot. So I have a lot to work on, and I can't tell you how much fun I had overall. My physical fitness is really a lot better than I thought. I'm 38. I'm a year and a half. I'm 16 months away from the Masters division, 40 to 49. I'm not young anymore. And these guys, you know, you got former Marines, former Army guys, soldiers. There were a couple of Navy SEALs. I think they were all in the elite division though, but Navy SEALs. Then a lot of the females were SWAT officers. They're police officers, firemen. There was one guy that was on the IDF, which is the Israeli Defense Force. And there was a guy from France there. I mean, there are a lot of athletes there, and I think I did freaking amazing. I am like proud of myself. I met a lot of great people over the weekend. There are a couple of people that I latched onto more than others, and I am stoked. I am going to do this. I said in yesterday's video, I said I was 99% sure that I'm going to do it in December. I am 100% sure that I'm going to do it in December, barring injury, hell or high water. There are plans to go to Georgia and South Carolina next year for the Patriot Games. This is going to be an ongoing thing. It's not just a one-time thing. And you know what? I'm going to keep competing. It was so much fun. Really testing the limits of my physical ability. So I hope you enjoyed the series up to this point. The series will continue. I'm going to do a gear review, what worked, what didn't work next week. Again, my food was on point. If you want me to do a quick food video, like preparation for, you know, competition, what to eat, what not to eat, I can do one of those. Let me know down below. And I'm going to leave you with the Navy SEAL again with his dog. And at the end, one of the guys from the Redcon, which was the sponsor of the games, he put on a bite suit. And that was really cool to see in person. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. It's 9:30 on Sunday, so I've already seen 2.5 hours worth of comments from day one. So thank you all. I do appreciate it. It's a lot of motivation for me. And we'll leave you with that, and we'll see you in the next video.
So I want your chicken wing. Chicken wing like that as you run. All right? Yep. Right. Just take that right arm like that. You can look over your shoulder if you want.
Just the right.
Driving.
Tell me when to go.
Everyone go. Driving.
Hey man, give me back my key.
No!
Give me back my keys.
Run!
Run faster.
Holy shit.
Good girl, Moose. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Moose. Get up.
I said we put back in all face in the room.
Good girl, Moose. Good girl. All right.
The dog's on
Get up.
Oh man, come here, man.
Like that. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. This is what we could do for enforcement. Oh my God. The arm while the dog is still on. And then let me know if you hurt your shoulder. No, you're good. Okay. Stand it up like that. Like that. So now you have both hands. You're a little more compliant that way, right? Yeah. Yeah?
This feels great.
Yeah. Loose. Loose. Good. Alive. Aliven.
No, don't move.
Don't move. Push here. Push here. Ready? Up. 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 Loose. Here. Up. Up. Sit. Off. Here. Here. Push here. Here. Off. Aliven.
You have everybody filming right
Push
now.
Aliven. Good moves. Alive in. Good girl, Moose. Good girl. Moose, here. OPA. 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 Off. Good. How you gonna go? Alive.
Let's get it off.
Yeah. Watch. 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 Go watch. 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 Good girl. Watch. Good girl. Watch. 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 Go watch. Go Moose. Moose here. OPA. Off.
Saying okay. It's funny.
Yeah.